Welcome to EGF Academy. I am Dr. Geetanjali. Today's topic is ecosensitive zone. So what are ecosensitive zones? These are the protected areas like national park and wildlife sanctuaries. This is a national park and there is one another national park. So two national parks are here. The area in between them is not protected area. Here is protection in national parks. You cannot do hunting there. This area is not protected and this area is also not protected. So if government thinks that this surrounding area is important for the conservation of the wild species. The animal species can go out of this place and they can be hunted there. So up to 10 km of surrounding areas can be declared as eco-sensitive zone. And who can do it? It can be done by Government of India, the central government, under Environmental Protection Act 1986 by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Now if there is a sensitive corridor where any species is reaching this national park from this national park, and this corridor is more than 10 kilometers, suppose it is 25 kilometers, so in this case government can declare 25 kilometers of areas as an eco-sensitive zone. It means it is not necessary to declare only 10-kilometer area as eco-sensitive zone, it can be more. So this gives protection to wild species and they act as a shock absorber or transition zone. Shock absorber means this is a national park and currently conservation is going on there, so definitely the number of species will increase, and if their number increases they will come out of this area. And if people live in this area, suppose tigers are conserved here and tigers come out of forest, it can harm the cattle of the communities living there. If elephant is found there and it comes out in the buffer zone, it will damage the crop. That's why formation of eco-sensitive zone becomes very important. So far in India, there are 600 eco-sensitive zones declared by the government. Now, what activities are allowed in eco-sensitive zones? First, the prohibited activities. If any area has been declared as eco-sensitive zone, commercial mining is banned. Sawmills cannot work there. Sawmills means wood cutting mills. Polluting industries can't be there. Big hydro projects cannot be made there. Commercialization of wood cannot be done. Tourism is allowed, but some activities are not allowed, like hot balloons and all are not allowed. Discharge of pollutants is not allowed. These are all prohibited activities which cannot be done. Then regulated activities which can be done but with some guidelines, like falling of trees. Some trees can be cut, but according to the government guidelines. It's not like anyone can overexploit it. Hotels and resorts can be built there. It is under regulated activity. Commercial use of natural water is also regulated activity. Then installation of electric cables, agriculture system, like drastic change in agriculture. For example, earlier traditional agriculture was done and now communities there want to use heavy technology so that more crops can be grown. So this is also a regulated activity. Use of pesticides as well. Road expansion, all these are regulated activities. Now permitted activities means which are allowed there. For example, ongoing agriculture or horticulture means traditional method of agriculture will be continued. Also rainwater harvesting, organic farming, use of renewable energy like solar energy, wind energy, biomass energy, adopting green technology, all this is allowed. Now what is the procedure of declaring eco-sensitive zone? So for that, first of all, a committee is formed. That committee will include wildlife experts, ecologists, because they have knowledge. So now they will go and check what activities are happening around a protected area. This is a national park. They will check here what activities are going on. Then they will make a report in which they will mention about land use pattern of the area. It means the land which is present here, how it is being used, whether in agriculture or used in industries, or it is used for any commercial purpose. Committee will make a report about it and submit it to the chief wildlife warden. Then chief wildlife warden will categorize these activities, like how many prohibited activities are done there, how many restricted activities are taking place. So he will make a complete audit report and submit to the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. After that, if government feels that some activities are happening in that area which is not good for the biodiversity, then there is a possibility that government will declare this area as an ecologically sensitive area. Now, if any area, suppose this is national park and people live here, is also a national park, and this area has been declared as an eco-sensitive area, so it will restrict the developmental activity there. So it affects the developmental activities, and development is also very essential for human progress. So this is a challenge. Also, the people who live there, their daily livelihood activity is impacted. If people live there, they have to do a lot of activities to sustain themselves. Traditional practices can be impacted there. So to deal with all these challenges, Government has proposed that when government will decide the boundaries of the ecologically sensitive area, it will be location specific on the region specific requirement. Because in different places, the tribals have different types of culture. So accordingly, the government should regulate these places. Subscribe for more informational videos. You can join our affordable courses for NEET, NET JRF and UPSC. Registration link is given in the description box.